Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, my name is James, otherwise known as Sherlock Boy, and today I'm bringing you a new YouTube video. Now, it's the time of year when everyone's got exams and it's really daunting for everyone, so I decided here are my 5 top tips for exams. Let's go! Tip number 1. Right, there's a little bit of a backstory to this one. In our school we have this reverend guy who comes in every year before exams and he's all like, "Hey, I bet you've all got your lucky underwear." Now I'm gonna argue that you don't need lucky underwear, but I do recommend you wear comfortable underwear. So tip number 1, wear comfortable underwear. You're gonna be in that room for quite a while, and if you're stuck with a wedgie for over an hour in a room, you know, I recommend you don't do that because it's not comfortable. Wedgie for over an hour. Yeah. Tip number 2. Now I know when you're in an exam hall, things are pretty boring, and never has a clock looked so exciting. I mean, you sat there just going, I never realized that the time would go so slowly. Either way, but don't get distracted. That's the point of this one. Even though the clock now looks so amazing, don't look at the clock. Get on with your work, because you spend 5 minutes staring at the clock, thinking that the clock is interesting. That's a whole page you could have wrote there, Mister or Mrs. Dependable on your gender. Number 3. Now, I'm the type that when you get to an end of the exam, well, I've kind of finished the exam, say half an hour before okay, maybe not half an hour, but you finish the exam before the time limit, and then you kind of got nothing to do. So you just sat there going, well. And so tip number 3 here is don't make awkward eye contact with the examiner, because it's just horrible. Like, for example, I was sat in the exam hall yesterday and I was just looking at the examiner. I realised I was staring at her for about 5 minutes and I think I freaked her out. So, yeah, don't stare at the examiners because you have nothing else to do. But pretend you're doing some kind of work. And also they kind of glare at you going, "Why haven't you done your work? Why aren't you writing like the rest of them? Huh?" So it's kind of scary. So, yeah, do that instead. Okay, number 4. Now I know this is a bad tip, but prepare yourself to kind of feel a little stupid. I don't mean it in a bad way, but when you're, like, for example, when I was in the exam yesterday, we get given these 12-page booklets, and when I got through, I did about, say, 7 or 8 pages worth of writing, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling pretty damn good about myself. I think I put down as much as I could. And then all of a sudden a person sat in front of me requests another sheet of paper. Now I'm sorry, but she completed the 12-page booklet and then needed more paper. It kind of made me go, well, shit, I'm doing something wrong. So, yeah, that's another tip. Tip number 4, that's not 4, that's 6. What am I doing? 4, that's 8. Oh God, I fucked that up. But prepare yourself to be a bit kind of, oh shit, I think I may have done badly. Unless you are that mutant kind of child who does manage to write 13 to 14 pages of notes. What? Finally, tip number 5. No, number 5 is the most important tip. Positivity. Just try to think more positive before the exam. Because a lot of the downfall with exams is the fact that people go in there thinking they're going to fail. So it kind of makes them fail, I guess is the best way to do it. So go in there with your head held high and be all like, "Yo bitch, I can fucking do this." But don't swear because you might get in trouble, especially in school. So yeah, those are my top 5 tips for exams. I hope they come in useful. I think number 1 will probably be useful you don't want a fucking wedgie for over an hour in the exam. Trust me. So, thank you all for watching. I have been Sherlock Boy. Boop.